Okay, hi dear friends, here we are with a brand new version of Flare. This is version 1.7.0, that is a beta version, because there is a new feature that is very complex. It has been a complex work to do it, and so we want you to test it and to look for bugs and other things that we haven't found. It will be in beta for some days to receive your feedback. This is very interesting because here I have a scene. Here there are 6 empties, and we have a moving camera as if it was into a tunnel, okay, with lights into the tunnel. And so now I want to assign to these empties an octagonal flare. So I choose the camera and I press the plus button, and I go into the viewport shading render view, and this is what happens now. This is what Flare does in your version. But if we now apply this use distance, we can see something new. There is something related to the dirt. As we now have 6 flares, the dirt is adding for 6 times, so we have to reduce the dirt amount. I will put it 0.05, and I will select all the other flare and make this copy setting from active to select. So all the settings will be copies from this one to the other flare that I've selected. And then what I want to do is to reduce the distance flares. This flare has to be smaller than this one that is near to the camera. And so I have to move this value, that is the threshold, and could be intended as a distance factor. So I will turn down it till the point, okay, as you can see now the flare are disappearing, okay. So I will move it here. Here I can see all the flares, and then I will use the other factors. It's hard for me now to explain to you the math behind these values, but the factor is how the flare will be reduced in distance, and the fall off has to be intended just like a curve that will control the fall off factor. So if we go up with the fall off, you have to go up with the factor to compensate it, and you just have to zoom in and take a look at the last flare. It doesn't have to disappear. Okay, this is the last one. I think there are no other flares there, and so I want to reduce all the other flares, something like this. And now I will try to play and move the camera through these flares. As you can see, the distance flares are smaller than the nearest one, and this is something completely new. We didn't have a control like this. Now I just want to remove all the flares and take just one flare, because I have an old GPU and this computer is suffering. So I will delete the selected flare. Okay, now I have just one flare, and I will move the camera again, pressing G and Y. I will go far from this light, and as you can see, it will disappear, and then it will be there again. Okay, this is the distance control. If you don't want this control, you have to deselect this button, and this is what you had before. No distance control. The flare is always the same in distance without any variations into its dimensions and emission. Using distance control, you can use the obstacle occlusion too. They will work together, and you can use the multicam too. There is no problem in this, and you can use the the cycle scene and then move the flare on the EV scene, it works everything. We have made some checks and it seems to be fine and to work fine, but I'm waiting for your feedback to understand if everything is good for you too. You will find this new version on the stores, Gumroad and Blendermarket, in the next few days, okay? And you will have it for free if you already have bought Flared. Thank you and have a good blend. Bye!